Hey y'all, happy Friday. It is finally Friday, which it feels like it's been a long week. It has been. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. This is just going to be a quick one. A story out of Utah, once again, Mormon family, once again, horrific crimes, once again. Kind of the same old song and dance that gets a little old, but these need highlighted. So we're going to get into it.
Who's a bad girl now? Who's a bad girl now? Who's a bad girl now? I'm such a bad, bad girl.
Hey, Am. Hey, Pika. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. This one won't be super long. This is just a story Am showed me this morning, and I wanted to highlight it. Heavy trigger warning on this. This involves a child and sexual assault. It is horrific, to say the least. And it's, again, the Mormon church. Silence. Silence once again. If they learned anything from the Ruby Frankie situation, you would think that they would get in front of these situations, speak up, say something, excommunicate this, tell their following that there's got to be something done because this continues to happen over and over and over again. So, trigger warning again, this involves a child and it's horrific. So we're going to go through the article. It says Provo couple accused of sex with teen daughter saying it was safer than with strangers. This actually happened last Saturday. This article came out. It is horrific, to say the least. And I did check. They are still in custody. Their next court date is coming up on the 19th. They are LDS members, 100% confirmed. I found them on Facebook. I did my own digging. I looked to see if the church has made any type of statements. Once again, of course, they have not. But let's go. A Provo couple has been arrested after police say they thought it would be safer for their teenage daughter to have sexual experiences with them rather than strangers. The girl's stepfather and mother, both in their mid to late 30s, were booked into the Utah County Jail Thursday for investigation of forcible sexual abuse, forcible sodomy, and object rape. The stepfather was also arrested for investigation of rape. KSL.com is not naming the parents to protect their identity of the victim. I will be doing the same. The girl called police on Thursday stating that her father had been raping her for the last year and a half, according to a police booking affidavit. When questioned by officers, the parents admitted to engaging in sexual activities with their daughter for over a year. The stepfather explained that a year ago, he and the victim's mother learned that the victim was wanting to meet and have sex with strangers. He said that together with his wife, they decided that teaching the victim about sex and engaging in sexual acts with the victim would be safer for her than having sex with strangers, the affidavit states. Police say that the parents may face additional counts if formal charges are filed by the Utah County Attorney's Office. So that's the first one. Yeah, heavy trigger warning on this. This is some of the sickest shit, and it's going to get worse here in a minute. When you hear what was admitted to, heavy trigger warning. But I got a couple questions right quick. Yo, Tim Ballard, Oh, you are. Attorney General Sean Reyes. This is called trafficking. This is called trafficking. This is what trafficking actually looks like. Instead of that fake bullshit film, Sound of Fraud, that you put out. This is what actual trafficking looks like and what religions continue to do to cover up abuse of minors. Now, don't let this slip your mind that for 1 second that this girl is raised in a Mormon household. She is in Young Women's Group. I'm positive of it. She sat down and had a bishop meeting. Bishops don't report abuse. They just passed a recent law in Utah giving it more information that they can start reporting abuse and they might not get their name put into it or, risk being sued because it's more important to worry about being sued than protecting his child. Oh, you are, Sean Reyes. You tout around that you protect victims of trafficking. Where were you on this? Oh, wait. It doesn't happen under your noses, does it? You're all these heroes out here. How many kids in Utah have you ever saved? And why can you look in the newspaper in Utah every week and find another family in Utah with LDS ties 9 times out of 10 with horrific sexual abuse allegations? And why is nobody doing anything about it? Sean Reyes, what do you got? What are we in? March to April, April to May, May to June, June, July, July to August, September, October, November. You got about 8 months left in office because you should have been removed from office, but instead you decided to resign. Why aren't you doing something that you should have ever done and focus on actual victims in Utah? Oh, wait, that's because you just help create victims, in my opinion, in foreign countries. And then you go to the government and say that all of these trafficking situations are happening, which, yeah, they do, unfortunately, but they also happen in Utah. And it's about time people start speaking up because I'm sick and tired of these people in these religions covering up abuse that continues to happen. Thank God for the Children's Justice Center in Utah. Thank God that's available because they will do wonders for that child. But no child should have to go through this. And the purity culture in Utah is so fucked up. So fucked up. It is not even funny. When I say it's a big deal, it's teaching the whole thing needs restructured, and it's the Mormon church. And I'm going to say it again. I don't care if you are Mormon or not. This is another thing that the Mormon church continues to tell people. It's okay. Because they're silent. They're silent. Their silence speaks volumes. They never came out and condemned, I should say, Ruby Frankie. They might as well condoned her. Well, wait, they're not going to do that because they were pumping money into Jody Hildebrandt all along for years. How do you think she had $1 million house? Because the Mormon church was paying her to abuse these kids. She's not the only one. And they continue to cover up cases of horrific abuse that continues to happen. Meanwhile, pointing over here and saying there's trafficking over here, there's trafficking over there. This is what trafficking looks like, people. It takes some sick perversion to be able to do this to your own child. And I'm sick and tired of hearing about another child being brutalized in the name of God. I'm sick and tired of these religions, all these formal religions that hide behind God to do their sick acts over and over again. You want to know why I have trauma with religion? Because of shit like this. It continues to happen, and the God I choose to believe in would never condone the shit like this. That's it. Never. This isn't in God's name. This is in God's will. This is Joseph Smith and his sick and twisted belief systems that they believe in. Back to the polygamy days. Okay. We're going to read another one. Trigger warning. The first one was from KSL. The second one is from the Salt Lake Times or Salt Lake Tribune. Provo couple charged after allegedly rape of their 15-year-old daughter, please say. Similar things that said in this, but there's a few other details. The Provo couple was charged Monday after their 15-year-old daughter told authorities that her stepfather had been raping her for over a year, according to police documents. Authorities responded to the girl's Provo residence Thursday morning where The girl told paramedics and Provo police officers that her 34-year-old stepdad had raped her the night before, documents state. The Salt Lake Tribune generally does not name alleged victims of sexual assault without their consent, and it's not naming the girl's parents to avoid identifying her. The girl's stepfather allegedly admitted to the abuse and later told investigators that he and his wife, the girl's 38-year-old mother, abused the girl together since the couple decided it was safer for the girl to experience sexual things with them instead of strangers, an officer wrote in the police documents. Oh, this is hard to read. In an interview with police, the girl's mother said that she and her husband approached the girl with the idea of having sexual experiences together over a year ago, documents state. The girl's mother said that they felt they could keep the girl more safe if they allowed her to experiment sexually with them, according to police documents. The girl's mother was employed at Slate Canyon Youth Detention Center in Provo from 2007 to 2022. The Utah Employee Resource Information Center confirmed on Tuesday. So not only was she sexually abusing her own child, she worked at the Slate Canyon Youth Detention Center for 15 years. Kids in youth detention with a sexual abuser, and they don't have a say, just like prison inmates with chaplains. Shit continues to happen over and over and over again. The couple has 4 other children together, police documents say. The stepfather told police he is not the girl's biological father, but married the girl's mother while she was pregnant and has raised her as his daughter since the day she was born. The girl's stepfather was charged with 3 counts of forcible sodomy, 2 counts of rape, 2 counts of forcible sexual abuse, and 1 count of object rape. The girl's mother faces 2 counts of sodomy, 1 count of object rape, and 1 count of forcible sexual abuse, and 1 count of lewdness. The girl's mother and stepfather remain in custody in the Utah County Jail. The couple's next court appearance is scheduled for 8:30 on March 19th. We will continue to follow this case, but I don't know how much more sick this can get. This is what trafficking looks like. Exactly, Anne. This is what trafficking looks like. And you have Attorney General Sean Reyes, who claims that he is the biggest force in human trafficking, that Utah is it's never going to happen right under his watch. Meanwhile, it's happened how many times under his watch? You know, he's the top ranking law enforcement official in Utah. Oh, this is beyond sick. They bought toys a year ago and were using them on this child. They have done horrific things. There's other articles, and I've learned other details about this and the disgusting nature of this. And this isn't the first time she asked for help. And meanwhile, the LDS Church remains silent, maneuvering their legal positions and their money into protecting predators and the church's image, while promoting a purity culture that continues to fuck people up. And all of this stuff continues to happen, and nobody speaks out because they're so ashamed to speak out. The damage that these cults continue to do, and people like Hero Tim Ballard, who's nothing but a freaking fraud, in my opinion. Sean Reyes, nothing but a fraud, in my opinion. OUR, nothing but a fraud, in my opinion. This is what trafficking looks like. Do you think any of them will highlight this story? Well, not unless they can profit off of it, of course. Hey, Accounting by Day. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Claire, rapper, Stonefly Blue. I wanted to talk about this. Thank you again, Amethyst, for bringing this to me. These are hard. These are real hard to read because this is something that will impact her the rest of her life. This will continue to impact her for 30, 40, 50 years, her entire life. Oh, yeah. Accounting by Day. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Yep. And it continues to happen under the noses of the LDS Church, and they continue to remain silent on all these issues. This is what trafficking is. And it happens by people oftentimes that they know, that they trust, that they're supposed to look out for these kids. I hope to God we don't find out that the detention center that she worked at has a bunch of victims, but I won't be shocked. We'll continue to follow this, and I'll bring you an update after the 19th, and we'll find out what they do. I hope they rot in hell in the jail cells that they deserve to be in. That might sound harsh, but that's the nicest thing I could possibly say about what I really think should happen to them. And this is a good reminder that women can be predators too, that there are many male victims. There are many female victims, but it's also a really good reminder that sometimes women get a pass and some of them do horrific things to their own children, such as this. This is what trafficking is, not the fake fraudulent movie that they concocted called The Sound of Fraud. That needs to be pulled off the shelves. Angel Studios, this is in your backyard too. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. They thought it would be safer for her because she wanted to, I don't know. I'm sorry, this one's hard for me because this hits every mark on shit that I hate. This is the most disgusting, and Utah just continues to push them out, and the church remains silent. I think it bugs me so bad because I went to the church website to see if they'd released a statement. I even attempted to email their PR, whatever, nothing, of course. You hardly ever get a reaction from them unless it's a huge, like, save face story from them. They don't do shit. So silence is always their answer. But with that said, I'm going to cut this short because I want people to watch this. I want people to understand what trafficking actually is, because Sound of Freedom has done nothing to help victims. It continues to put out the misinformation that people continue to run with. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. I got more that I want to talk about. They're pretty heavy stories, and I need to do something to break up the heavy stories a little bit, because it becomes a lot of really traumatic experiences that many people can relate to. And while that's my passion, I still want to do something that's uplifting, lighthearted, and fun. Am had the idea the other day of like doing some segments about past mishaps. I also found a channel today that I want to share with you guys, maybe for a fuck around Friday event or something that's complete, like, how did I get here? Don't ask me how this popped in my timeline either. And I want to do some swinger stuff. So for some palate cleansing and some like lighthearted stuff. So we'll do something like that. But I'm going to continue to talk about this. We're going to continue to highlight these stories because these victims' voices deserve to be heard and they deserve to be believed. And these monsters deserve to stay where they're at. And that's behind bars. Have a wonderful day, you guys. I will see you later. Thanks again, Am, for bringing this to my attention.